Welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a highly requested video, and it's basically how I snatch my wigs. Like, I basically did a video on here. I basically showed you guys how I snatch my wigs, and the video has over 1 million views. I looked at it and I cringed. Oh my god, guys, like, no, unacceptable. But I don't know why people actually liked it. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I snatch my wigs now, because you guys been loving it, and honestly I've been loving this too, because I am able to like put my hair on a high ponytail. Anyway, so before I actually get to the beginning of this video, I just want to mention, because I feel like in the beginning of the video where I was showing you guys how to tweak it and everything like that, I wasn't as you couldn't see exactly what I was doing. For some reason, I don't know how to set it up so you guys can see everything. I should have probably done it on a mannequin. That would have been better. But it's okay. So basically, how to start this wig. So this right here is actually done. This is what I have done already. This is the after effect of me tweaking. So basically, I have this strategy that I use to get my hairline to look more natural. Am I out of focus? To get my hairline to look more natural is basically, I'm gonna call it the in and out method, because I honestly don't know what it's called. I'm not a professional hairstylist. I just do this on myself, and people like it, so I'm gonna make a video about it. So basically, the in and out method is basically doing this. I need to stop saying the word basic. As you can see right here by my ears, the hair is much more protrude out, so like a square, and then it goes in. So basically what I do tweak this part too to kind of thin it so it's not so heavy, and then when I go in like this, I just tweak it more in so I don't leave much hair out here. So I tweak a lot of hair, like taking a lot from here. As you guys can see, there's not a lot, so that creates that natural hairline. At least for me, I feel like that is what it does. And then going in, I come out again, so I don't take much hair from the front. I do thin it out, and then I go in again. As you guys can see right here, it's going in, so I tweak a lot of the hair from the front out, but I still leave like a little bit of like tiny little hair, like literally. And then again, this is kind of a U right here. This is basically where my widow's peak is. So if you guys know, I naturally have widow's peak, even though I don't have hair. I know I have it because my mama have it too. So yeah, so created the V, which means more of the hair is out here, so I didn't take a lot of hair out here. And then again, we go in right here, as you guys can see, not so much, and then out, in right here, and then out. And when you put your hair up like this, this is what it looks like. Beautiful. Like, we still have the lace on, but don't worry, we're gonna get back into this section of this video. But before we do that, let's get into the video.
Okay guys, so this wig that we are going to be using today, it's from Wowebony, and this is actually my first time ever using their hair. So I'm super excited, and yes, this video is sponsored by them, just to let you guys know. But anyway, so I basically have this here in the full lace wig. I love full lace wig because I can literally do anything and everything with it. And in this box, it comes in with the wig cap, which is like the blonde color. Doesn't really work for me. Elastic band and some clips, and also a instruction that you can use. But I never use that because I just have my ways of doing my own hair. But yeah, so basically that's what you get, and this here is a natural hair color. I do have it in the 22 inches, and my cap size is small because I do have a very tiny head. So yeah. Anyway, so when I got this wig, I told them not to include any combs or clips or even a strap, because you know usually the wigs comes with like straps and combs, and I feel like that just doesn't work for me. Like, I cannot use the combs because I'm completely bald, and the strap and I also feel like the combs actually just kind of make my wig not apply flat, so I decided not to have anything but the lace. So as you guys can see, the hair does need some work, some parting to do, some tweaking to do basically. And also I'm going to go ahead and bleach the knot. So to bleach the knot, I'm going to be taking my 20 volume developer, and I'm going to be mixing that with my powder. And so I decided to try the blue powder because normally I just use the white powder, but I heard that the blue powder kind of basically tones the hair, so it bleaches and tones. So I decided to try it today. I'm gonna go ahead and I have to show you guys my bowl. So make sure you have a bowl and a brush, and I just have mine that I've always used, my infamous bowl and brush. And so I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 scoops of that powder and put it inside the bowl, and also gonna take the volume developer. So I'm gonna put one full scoop of the volume developer and a half scoop, and I'm gonna go ahead and mix that. And basically you want this to be a very thick consistency because you don't want it to run through the lace and bleach the hair. So if you are planning on bleaching your hair, then go ahead. So I'm going to put that upside down, and see, it doesn't drop. That means you did it the right way. Anyway, so I'm taking my lace wig now, and I'm just going to go ahead and start applying that bleach process, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and start applying that. And basically, make sure you're applying this with a very light hand because you don't want to put too much pressure, then the bleach is going to go through the lace. So I know I'm going fast in my video, but actually I'm taking my sweet time. So after letting my wigs stand for 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and wash it and condition it. So basically this is how it looks now. From where it looks before, it was like really dark and black, and now it's bleach, and this is going to look more like a scalp. And so this is the back of my wig that also needs some tweaking. So we're going to go ahead and start our tweaking, and the first thing I like to do is basically make a really thin part in the front, and this is like the hair that we do not touch. We're not going to tweak this hair. I mean, if you feel like you need to go ahead and kind of tweak it a bit, then you go ahead, but I'm going to start tweaking the hair from behind that part that we did, and this is going to make the hairline thinner because you do not want a thick hairline. And as you guys can see, how I parted it is basically the way that I explained to you guys in the beginning of this video. So basically it kind of goes out in that triangle shape and then inside, and the curvy part is the part that you're going to really tweak a lot of. And I also kind of go in between that, so I'm going to go ahead and like part it and go in between that to thin it out. So as you guys can see the difference, this is the part that I basically tweaked, and then I'm going to show you guys the middle part that I basically didn't do anything, and you can see how thick that is, and it's very hard for the comb to even go through. So basically what we did at the beginning is the same thing that we are going to repeat throughout the hair, and at the same time you're shaping it the way that I explained to you guys in the beginning. And yeah, so basically that is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm going to keep repeating until I get my desired look. I know this is very tedious, but honestly, patient and taking your time will really help you, and you're going to definitely see the difference on your wigs. And basically, I repeat that same thing on the back of the hair. So basically, this is my little bald head itself. As you guys can see, I have no hair. I do have hair that grows like in the center of my head, but I usually just shave it off because there's no point of keeping it. So I just shave it off. So right now I'm just kind of applying my wig so you guys can see what I have done and how it's looking. I feel like I've done a better job with my wig, but I think this is pretty good. It's good. So this is the way the back of the hair looks. I also went ahead and tweaked the back. I don't know. I just hate the way that the back of the lace always look. I wish it would just look like the front. But yeah, that never happens, okay? But I did try my best to tweak it as much as I can to thin it out. And yeah, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting my lace. And usually I just follow the shape of the hairline that I created. And I leave a really tiny inch of the lace on the wig. So I cut that off, but I leave a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take my wig off because that is so much better because I wasn't trying to cut the hair. So yeah. And don't forget to follow the shape of your hairline while you're cutting. Do not cut it straight because that would just kind of make it look straight, and that doesn't look natural at all. So basically that is how it looks. As you guys can see, the cut is not straight, and this is basically how I like my wigs because that really helps me to lay it down the way I feel like works for me. Now this is not for everyone, but this is what works for me. So basically right now I'm basically talking about the glue that I use. I found this glue and I've been like obsessing over it. I talked about it on my Snapchat. If you follow me on Snapchat, then you know. If you don't, make sure you follow me on Snapchat. I'm gonna put it right here in the screen. So basically this glue is bold hold, and let me tell you guys, when I say this glue sticks on, why am I clapping? When I tell you guys this glue sticks on and does not move, it really does not move until you actually try to take it out, and you can't even take it off until you use the remover that it comes with. Well, actually it comes separate, but they sell it on the same website. So I'm going to leave the information on the website in the description bar down below for anyone that's interested. And I find this wig that it honestly makes my lace look very natural. Like it literally melts my lace to my skin, so it looks like it's actually my scalp. So basically you're gonna go ahead and apply this, or I'm gonna go ahead and apply this 5 times. So you apply it and you let it dry, and then you go back and apply it up to 5 times. So basically that is what I'm doing. It is very tedious. Sometimes I do not apply it 5 times. I do apply it like up to 3 times, and then I just glue it down, and that still works. So now I'm just filling it. Make sure it's tacky. As you guys can see, it's very tacky. This lasts up to like, honestly, it depends on the type of person you are. I can actually leave this wig for like, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks if I wanted to. I might probably have to like kind of touch some edges eventually, but it lasts. So you're just gonna go ahead and take your wig where the lace is, and you just put it right on top, and just kind of give it a bit of a press just to kind of make sure it's down and secure. And honey, when I say you can get on any and every roller coaster, whatever kind of strong wind, Maria, you know, like, it's not gonna take this wig off of your head. I tried it. I remember the first time I used it, I was freaking out because I went I went to Six Flags and I was like, oh my god, my hair did not move not one bit. So yeah, I believe it's like $20, and international shipping is might be $20. I had some people that were complaining, but honestly, guys, I can't do anything. I asked the owner if I can get a discount for you guys, and they wouldn't give it to me. So I'm sorry, but I think it's definitely worth it for anyone that wear wigs. So basically, yeah, I just applied and then I just give it a tad bit of a press. And yes, I know the back of my neck is dark. I can't do anything about that. It's not dirt. I believe it's when I got burned, you know, and that happened, and it's just dark on that area. So basically, I'm kind of going around my ears to cut it just to make sure everything is laid flat, because I don't want the wig to be sitting on top of my ears. You want it to be right behind your ears, because that makes it easier for you to go ahead and put your hair in a high ponytail if you wish. So then I'm gonna go ahead and just tie my hair up, and I'm going to be leaving that to sit for 15 minutes. Now usually sometimes I don't do this, but because I glued the back, and the back is very, I don't know, it's so complicated for me to like stick with my with the back of the wig to actually stick, so I would just tie it up just to make that really stick. And so after 15 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and unravel my hair, and would you guys look at that? This actually looks like it's coming from my scalp, and it really does have to do with the glue and the way that I tweaked the hair, the way that I shaped it and everything. So that is very important. Make sure you take your time. You know, this is very tedious, like I said, but hey, you gotta give time to the stuff that do kind of matter to you. I know hair might not be very important, but it's nice. And this is how the back of the hair looks. And mind you, I cannot really see this until now that I'm like editing the video. But yeah, so this is what my edges look like. And now if you want, you can just go ahead and leave this like this. But if you do want, you can go ahead and do the baby hair, which I'm also going to show you guys. But sometimes I just rock it like this without the baby hair because it looks so natural. So what you're gonna need to make your baby hair, of course, you're gonna need a scissor, a brush, a toothbrush, and your got2b glue. And I would definitely recommend the got2b glue in the black tooth, because that doesn't create that, what do you call it, that white, I forgot what it's called, that ashiness. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. So but basically this is as much as you need to use for your baby hair, very thin layer. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and take my got2b glue and apply it right on the hair, and then I'm gonna cut it to how I want it. And make sure you're not cutting it straight. You kind of, what do you call it, kind of chopping it in a way so it's not like straight. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and take my brush and curve it in back into the wig, so as you guys can see. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the next baby hair, and make sure you're not doing it so close to the first one like your next one, because when it's really close together it starts to look very thick and bulky, and we don't want it to be like that. Then it starts to not look natural, and we want it to be very light, natural and light, because I know some people really do their baby hair very thick, and that is not very pleasing for the eyes. Okay, and basically guys, that is it. We're basically done. And this basically lasts me for a whole week. Like the baby hair literally stays on for a whole week. If you want, you can go ahead and spray the got2b glue free spray, and that actually really lasts a very long time, so you don't have to worry about laying your baby hair every single day. So my loves, this is the end of this video. I hope it was very helpful. And for those of you guys that are constantly asking me questions about how I lay my wigs, I hope this basically shows you how and you actually learn from it. So if you have to come back to this video, please do. And if you do have any questions for me, leave it in the comments down below and I will be really glad to answer. Yeah, and I honestly love this. I know I didn't go ahead and actually style the hair itself. I just wanted to show you guys. I wanted to focus on how to lay the wig down and make it look natural before actually styling. So if you guys do want to see some few styling videos, make sure you let me know in the comments down below. But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to always be your own kind of beautiful. Bye!